Hello Year 8. Today we are learning about length and perimeter. We use the metric system to measure lengths in Australia. If you were in the USA, you would use the imperial system, which has feet and inches. The metric system, however, we use centimetres, millimetres, kilometres, those kinds of things here, which you can see in this conversion chart below. So you need to be able to convert between these 4 units of length: millimetres, centimetres, metres and kilometres. You've seen this chart before, so just remember, if you are wanting to go from millimetres to centimetres, you follow the arrow, which means you want to divide by 10. And then from centimetres to metres, you divide by 100, and then to get to kilometres, divide by 1,000. When you're going from bigger units to smaller units, you are timesing by 1,000, 100, and 10. So make sure that you know that diagram. The perimeter of any straight-sided shape can be found by adding all, and that is underlined, all of the outside side lengths, not any that are inside. And you have to make sure if there are any sides that don't have numbers on them, then you need to find those before you find the perimeter. So we have this little formula here. It's more like a rule because you can't substitute into the formula. The perimeter equals sum of sides, or sum of all the sides. And we're going to be practicing that in just a minute. First of all, we have some conversions here to practice with our conversion charts. I'm just going to shrink this down so we can see the chart at the same time. In the first question, I want to go from 10.2 kilometres, so kilometres is here on the end, and I need to get to the metres, which means I'm going to times by 1,000. So then you would type in your calculator or do in your head, 10.2 times 1,000 is 10200 metres. Part B. We have 457 centimetres, so we're in centimetres, and we want to go to metres, so follow the arrow. We need to divide by 100, so put divide 100 here. 457 divided by 100 is 4.57 metres. Part C. If we have 2.3 kilometres, so kilometres are on the end, and we want to get down to centimetres, we're going to have to do 2 jumps. We're going to have to times by 1,000 and then times by 100 to get all the way to centimetres. So we go times 1,000 times 100. And if you want to, you can use a calculator. So go 2.3 times 1,000 times 100. And you get 230,000 centimetres. Part D, we have 157,000 millimetres, and we want to go to kilometres. So we have to do that jump, and that jump to get all the way up to kilometres. So 3 things: divide 10, divide 100, then divide 1,000. So that might be a good one to put in our calculator. We have 157,000, then we're going to divide 10, divide 100, divide 1,000 is 0.157 kilometres. Okay, on to the next part. Question 2. Calculate the perimeter of each of these shapes. Remember that perimeter is sum of all the sides. So when I look at this triangle, I have that side, that side, that side, and I have numbers on all of them. So the perimeter is going to be adding them up. P for perimeter equals, I'm going to start at the top, 4.6, I'm going to go around in a circle, plus 5 plus 9.8. Then use your calculator to add 4.6 plus 5 plus 9.8 is 19.4 centimeters. Part B, we have lots of numbers on this, but if we look carefully, we are missing a number on this bottom side. So we need to find it. What we've got is some other horizontal sides. We have a 9 all the way across there, 3.5 this part, and 4 meters on this side, which means the part that I'm after is this little bit in between, which would be the same as the part down here. So I need to subtract 9. I need to go 9 minus 3.5 minus the 4 to find out that that little gap is equal to 1.5 meters. Once you've made sure that you have got all of the sides, then you're going to go from the top and go round the whole shape and make sure you add them all up. So P for perimeter equals, I'm going to start with 9 and go clockwise. 9 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 1.5 plus another 6 plus 3.5 plus 3. Okay, carefully type that in. So that equals exactly 36 meters. Make sure you always remember to include units in your answer. Part C, another shape that's got a lot of rectangles in it, but we have some missing sides. Let's have a look. We are missing this vertical one here. So if we look at the 9 and the other vertical side that we have here, which is 2, 9 take away 2 would make this side here 7 centimeters. Then if we look at the horizontal sides, we have a 10 there and 6 there. So I could find this missing one. 10 take away 6 would be 4 centimeters. Now that I have them all, we do P for perimeter and add them all up. So I'm starting at the top, I'm going to go round in a clockwise direction. 4 plus 7 plus 6 plus 2 plus 10 plus 9 equals, and you could type that in your calculator, that equals 38 centimeters. Part D, we're still doing perimeter. This is a little bit unusual that we have algebra terms around that shape. We can still do this question by adding up the like terms. So perimeter will be 2b plus 5b plus 2b. That's adding the 3 sides up. Because they are all b terms, we can add the numbers in front. 2 plus 5 is 7, plus another 2 more will make 9b. So the perimeter is equal to 9b. Question 3 and 4 are the more interesting or more challenging questions of this section. We want to try to reverse the process in question 3 here. It says, find the value of x if the perimeter is 22. So I'm told the perimeter and I'm going backwards to find out what the side length is. Now because of these markings, if this top side here is an x, this one on the other side is going to be x as well, because those marks mean that they will be the same. If I was going to write a line of working out for perimeter, I would go P for perimeter equals, I have x plus x, or altogether I have 2 x's, so 2 x's plus the 6. However, I know that the perimeter is 22. So in the next line, I'm going to put 22 where the P is, and then I'm going to use equation skills to solve that and find out what x is. So the first step is to subtract the 6. Okay, to get rid of that. I'm going to put the 2x over on the left-hand side, and 22 take away 6 is 16. Then I'm going to divide the 2 to get rid of that. Then x will be by itself. 16 divided by 2 is 8, and that will be millimeters. That side will be 8 millimeters. Question 4 is a wordy problem. it says a rectangular paddock of 90 metres by 38 metres needs to be fenced with 4 rows of wire. So I'm going to draw a picture. Here's my rectangular paddock. It is 90 metres long and 38 metres wide. And I need to fence that in, so I'm going to need to know the perimeter. The perimeter this time, I'm going to call it the amount of wire that I need, which is to go around that rectangle. For this shape, the 90 on the top of that will also be 90 on the bottom and 38 on that side as well. So the perimeter of the rectangle would be 90 plus 38 plus 90 plus 38. That would be going around the rectangle once. This question has an extra little trick to it in that it says you need 4 rows of wire as you're going around that rectangular paddock. So all of that needs to be times by 4 so that you're going around 4 times. Typing that in your calculator, you will get 1,024 metres of wire that is needed. Okay, so can you please practice pages 11 to 13 in your workbook, please?